Hey there, Wednesday fanatics. It is another Wednesday, and therefore it is time for another episode of TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday, your go-to source for new comic day fun. So, we have some stuff. To talk about. First, as always, we will start with the pickups. The pickups for today. I did some things. We got some things. There's some stuff. Some stuff was purchased today. First, just the stuff off the pole, out of the pole. No big deal. Nothing crazy. Amazing Spider-Man 47. Morrison's Rising. The more that I read this, the more interested I am, which is good because to begin with, I was fairly not interested at all. Batman 3 Jokers. It's a Black Label. I get all Black Label stuff because I've gotten all of them so far. Therefore, I have to keep getting all of them. You can't break the run, right? Can't break the streak. That's a me problem. Detective number 1026. So some more Joker War tie-in stuff. I had thought that Joker War, the actual story, the actual event was going to take place between Batman and Detective Comics. It looks like it's just in Batman, and the other Bat books are like this collateral damage, like side stories and stuff, which I like. I hate it when there is a book that I read. In this case, I get both Batman and Detective, but there may be people out there that just get Batman or just get Detective or whatever. I don't get any of the other Bat books. Like, I could even tell you what else out there. There's probably a Harley Quinn. There's probably a Nightwing. I don't know. But I hate it when there's an event that, like, it's a Batman event, but it crosses over to multiple titles, including titles I don't normally get. I hate having to get these sort of one or two off. I get these 2 issues because it's part of the story. That drives me nuts. But I'll do it. I mean, I guess it doesn't do any good to complain. Like, they don't care because I'm still going to buy it. They're not going to listen. Whatever. Jerks. Justice League Dark. Legion of Superheroes number 8. This is interesting. We have Superboy and Saturn Girl fighting, and if you've been paying attention to, let's see where this fight ends up. Maybe it turns into the fighty sexy time, because if you looked at ads of like the what's coming up in DC, you see these two locking some lips, if you know what I mean. It means kissing, getting down and dirty. So. I don't think they're going to be fighting for long. Oh man. They really decided to go out with a bang on this one. So, Iron Man 2020 number 6, along with Force Works 2020, and I Wolverine 2020. What order am I supposed to read these in? I do not know. I will have to check the read list in the back of one of them. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 108. So there's this. So the secret, not secret, but the sort of the mystery that's going on of like what is this thing that's abducting children has been pretty interesting. It looks like it's maybe not be a normal mutant. It's something else maybe. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. And it still seems like it might not be like really bad. Maybe it's trying to protect them. I don't know. We'll see. So that's it for the polls. I did grab a couple of things off the shelf. Fantastic Four Antithesis. Yeah, Antithesis. That's a word. Number 1. So I don't know what this is about, but it has to do with Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer, so I'm in. I also picked up one of my favorite game series going back to when I was a young Titan, is Mega Man. And a new Mega Man series started. I read the solicit on this just today when I saw it was coming out, just to get some idea of what it was. Apparently it's based on a TV show that I didn't know existed, so I need to go check that out. for sure. But the last run of Mega Man books was through Archie, and it was fantastic. I think this is going to be different. It is based on a show. I did a little flip through this. It looks a little grittier. The Archie one, as you would expect, is very kid friendly. This looks like it's. I don't think it's going to be adult, but it's not as like childy, cartoony sort of thing. So I picked that up. I actually picked up 2 copies. I'm not a variant cover collector, and I know I've said that, but also last week I picked up 2 copies of Maestro because I like 2 covers, and this week I'm picking up 2 copies of Mega Man because I like both covers. I'm not getting into variants. It's not my thing, but sometimes the covers, they and I will not pay more than cover price for a variant. These are, I mean, I guess except for this one because it was foil, it was $1 extra, but whatever. But I won't pay the incentive of like, this is a $15, $20, $50. That I will not do. But if it's a cover price variant that I like, I might get both or close to cover price. But the shiny foil one was just way too cool. And this cover, I just like this image better because it's a lot more like, you know, the my Mega Man. I think this is sort of the art style that's in this book or whatever this show is. But this is a little more true to sort of the original Mega Man look. So and it's just a super fun cover, so I had to pick that up. All right. So the rest of this, I pulled a trigger. The results of that trigger pulling aren't here yet. They will be coming via the mail at some point. But I did decide that I'm going to... God, I'm so dumb. That I'm going to try to get a... There's no try. It's going to happen. A full run of the Silver Age Submariner. This is what I do. I get a taste of a character, and if I really like it, I go nuts. Some of you are here for the Fool Killer ordeal, where on a whim I bought the 10-part mini 1980s or early 90s Fool Killer series, and I like, oh well, that's it. I have to go get everything out there that's Fool Killer. So I got his first 2 appearances and all the follow-up series, and even though they weren't great, I got them and I read them. It's what I do. It's another one of my problems. I'm an imperfect person. I really liked that Namor run that I read. I really liked it. And I am just chomping at the bit for more Namor and Submariner. And I really want to go read... I want to read that Silver Age stuff. Funny thing, they have never made... from what I can tell, they don't have plans to make a Submariner Epic Collection, which is weird to me that they don't have that planned. Like I think Submariner is underused, but come on, it's like Marvel's first hero. You should probably at least, and that was a significant run. It was 70-some issues. The Silver Age run was 70-some issues. Why wouldn't you give it an Epic Collection? I don't know. Anyway. The problem with that is I do have a Submariner 1, but it's slabbed, and I want to collect the series, and also I want to read it. So I'm not necessarily going for high grade copies or anything, but my number 1 is slabbed, so I need to be able to read it. It's not available in a bound reprint. However, Tales to Astonish Volume 2 is reprints of Submariner. So one of my local comic shops had the first issue of that, which is a reprint of Submariner number 1. So I picked that up. So I'll be able to read issue 1 when I'm ready to read that run. There might be some other ones that I pick up of Tales to Astonish just to be safe. You know, I know Submariner number 5 is the first appearance of Tiger Shark. It's worth a little bit. The first appearance of Stingray is in there. I think that's number 19. The first Namorita is number 50. That's in there. So there's some stuff. There's some stuff in there. The first like Defenders before they were the Defenders is in, like, there's some stuff in there. that I might not want to handle. So if I can get reprints of those, I will. But I picked that up. While I was poking around, I also remembered. You know what? There's other Namor stuff out there. There was a 2003 series, and there was I think this is 2010, but they had the full 2010 run as Namor the First Mutant. So I picked that up. It's 11 issues. I think 11 in an annual. 11 in an annual. The 2003 was, I think, 12 issues total. There were 3 issues they didn't have, so I'll see if I can find those elsewhere before I pull the trigger there. And then when I was in that bin, there was a couple of one-shots. There was Namor, the Best Defense, and Namora one-shot. So I picked those up while I was at it. So it's happening. The Namor / Submariner full run train is happening. Is that going to extend into Tales to it, like the original Tales to Astonish? That's rough. But I mean, my Spider-Man run that ran into Marvel Team Up. Same logic might apply, but that also might be too far. Okay, so what did I read last week? I read the Birthright Trade. This is really, really good. There was something else. There was a book that I missed. The question number 4. I do have that on my poll, but it accidentally got filed into someone else's, so I didn't get it when I picked it up. Don't worry. I have reported the store to the authorities to have their comic shop license revoked for holding back one of my books. I know that this is not something that I will stand for. I know it's something that you, my followers, will not stand for. Missing a book. How dare they? So I am doing everything I can to get that shop shut down for not giving me my question number 4. Deservedly so. Let's see. Obviously, okay. All right. So last week I read Birthright Volume 9. I was thinking that this was going to be the last volume. It was all coming to a head. And even the back is like, it's all been building to this. And it's all like, the war is finally over. This is the end of the war that this all is about. And it certainly is. But then some new crap happens. So evidently this is still going. All right. So, the last issue of Wonder Woman Dead Earth. Awesome. Read this, please. It's so good. Captain America 22. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Too Long a Sacrifice. Really good mystery going on here. It's fun. Batman 97, so Joker War proper, has been fun so far. Aquaman 62. This was mostly dealing with Black Manta and his son, but it was good. Wolverine 4. Some Omega Red fun. This was pretty good. Again, I more than anyone, I am astonished that I'm enjoying a Wolverine book. Thor 6. This Black Winter story kind of wrapped up, didn't it? It's kind of people are going nuts for that for Thor number 5. It's the first appearance of Black Winter. Oh my gosh, it's a Donny Cates thing. Just like Venom, Donny Cates, and Null blew up. And Null is awesome. There's a new Donny Cates villain in Thor, number 5. It's going to be a huge thing. Guess what? He's dead. I love it. I love it. Good times. Good times. Spider-Woman 3. Good stuff. And Maestro. I got 2 copies here, but I read one of them. So good. I am so pumped to see where this goes. It was really good. All right, so reading this week. Not going to jump into any of the Namor stuff. Probably. I will read all the new stuff. Wait. Wait. I also read. I said I was going to read the first 5 issues of Warlock of the Infinity Watch, which I did, but I also read 6 through 10. Why? Because I had a little bit of time, and it's flippin' awesome. I said last week, I love the Infinity Gauntlet. This is Jim Starlin is writing this. You can tell how much he loves and cares about these characters and gives them a great treatment. It's just, if you love Infinity Gauntlet, it's a no-brainer to read this. It's just an extension of it. The same great characters, the same great writer, the same general themes. It's so good. It's so good. I said I was going to read What If 1 through 13, which I did. And again, I had a little extra time, so I also read number 14. These were fun. So 11 was What If the original Marvel Bullpen had become the Fantastic Four. It was kind of fun. So it turns out that, they become the Fantastic Four. They don't go in space or anything, right? They do get exposed to cosmic rays. They get these powers, and then they write the Fantastic Four based upon the powers that they have. So the Fantastic Four are just analogs for them. Just like in the actual Marvel Universe, where there's the Fantastic Four, there is the Fantastic Four comic as well. It's the same idea, but it's the Fantastic Four themselves are the ones that are writing it. It was goofy. It was fun. What if Rick Jones had become the Hulk? If anything, this was a good refresher on how important Rick Jones is to the Marvel Universe and all the places that he shows up. Like the Kree-Skrull War and with Captain Marvel and all that stuff. It just so happens he's also Hulk. But it has a good ending. He's still the Hulk that wants to be left alone. And they do a really clever way of basically giving him that. He ends up basically ending up in the negative zone. Like it's a ways to get there, but he ends up in the negative zone, so he's mostly alone, jumping around asteroids and blowing them up because he likes to destroy things. It was pretty good. 13 was What If Conan the Barbarian walked the Earth today. It was interesting. He meets a lady. He has some relations with the lady, despite their communication difficulties. Those difficulties being that they don't speak the same language. But he's Conan, right? Do you need to be able to speak the language if you're this super hot buff but barbarian dude that saves the lady's life? Apparently not. Apparently things are going to happen if Marvel has anything to say about it. But it was interesting. The weakest one, and this might be the weakest What If I've read so far, is What If Sergeant Fury had fought World War II in space? What if? Who asked this question? So the one thing that was interesting about this was the explanation of why in 1930s, 1940s, we are advanced as a culture to be in space. This was interesting. It talks about Leonardo da Vinci. He had all these ideas for inventions on paper. Well, in this universe, they made them and refined them and made them work. So, 400 years before we actually had flying machines, Da Vinci's came to fruition. So it kind of put us technologically, that and some of the other inventions as well, but it put us ahead about 400 years technology-wise. So by the time 1930s, 1940s roll around, heck yeah, we're in space. Okay, that was kind of interesting. But this is not World War II because it's in space, it's fighting aliens. It's not a world war, it's an intergalactic war, and it seems to be the first one of the kind. And there are some, I don't know if you notice here, but Nick Fury with his bubble helmet on is still chomping on a cigar. How does that work? Where does the smoke go? Where does the ash go? It's Nick Fury. You have to give him his cigar. It's in space. You have to give him the helmet. What do? You just don't forget about it. This other member of the Howling Commandos, again, I don't know a lot about the Howling Commandos, but his whole thing is that he blows a trumpet, I guess. He is still able to blow a trumpet through his bubble helmet. Interesting. There are other things. There's someone else that's smoking a pipe, which I think is more problematic than a cigar because of how far it sticks out and would actually just... Best not think of it. It wasn't the best story. I think the premise or the idea of it was flawed to begin with. It was all right. Okay, so this week, yes, reading all the new stuff, and then also the normal, I will say, 5 more issues of Warlock and the Infinity Watch, and 3 more issues of What If. So we have 15, What If Nova had been 4 other people? What if Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, fought on the side of Fu Manchu? And 17, what if Ghost Rider, Spider-Woman, and Captain Marvel were villains? Should be interesting. So I'm excited to read those, as I'm excited to read all What Ifs, even if I'm disappointed afterwards. But even the disappointing ones are still kind of fun. I'll say that. But that is it. As always, let me know what you picked up. Did you get anything that I get? Have you read any of these What Ifs or what's the other thing I'm reading? Warlock and the Infinity Watch. Yeah, let me know. So don't forget to smash those comments and write a like. And I will see you soon. And don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.